Aiden had left long ago, to search for the devilish creature with red eyes that towered over our village. It had caused much suffering to everyone, eating every man, woman, child, and even animal that dared to exist outside the gates. We had not received a shipment in the months since it had appeared. Our dwindling supplies were being rationed out, our hopes waning the longer we waited for Aiden's return. When he had left, we had all been full of hope. We had the world's best warrior marching forth to fight for us. The government started sacrificing the elderly after only a month, not believing in Aiden's ability to defeat this monster once and for all. When they ran out of the elderly, they began to ask for volunteers, with a stipend to the family of any person who would willingly sacrifice themselves. Today though, a charred corpse appeared at the west gate to the village. I've heard that it bears the armor of Aiden himself. As I walked towards the location where the corpse had been discovered, a long, dark shadow was cast over the village. Just then, the world went dark, and everything I had known started to fade away. It was the end of my home, my world, my life. I woke up in a strange bed. All I could remember was everything going dark. I struggled to sit up to look around the room. In the corner I saw a figure. Sitting there was none other than Aiden. I did my best to squeeze out his name. Aiden. The figure turned to look at me, and it wasn't Aiden. It was the monster that had destroyed our village, wearing the skin of the great warrior. The creature looked at me confused for a moment before saying, sorry, but I am only wearing his skin. This man that you sent to kill me was nothing more than a weakling. I shuddered at those words. I'm sorry for that, but our village had been struggling for food ever since you had appeared. We only did it in hopes of surviving. The monster walked closer, peeling Aiden's skin from his body with each step. I didn't mean to put your people in such a predicament, but had it not been for my blockade on your village, we would not be having this conversation. At that moment, a weight I had not realized seemingly disappeared from my shoulders. Not knowing exactly what he meant by his words, I still felt comforted. What of the rest of my village? He pointed towards the window, which I went to glance towards, only to find I could not take my eyes off of this person. He was not truly monstrous. In fact, I was drawn. No, I was transfixed by his eyes, his bright blue eyes shining in the light. After a few moments, I willed myself to look away, to see out the window what had become of my village. Below, the people were going about their normal business, as if none of it had really happened. Tears welled up in my eyes, and I began to cry knowing that everyone was in good health. Why the blockade? I spoke softly. To protect you and your people. There was a true monster that had dark plans for your people, but that monster is now gone.